Welcome to online classes by DU Nalgonda. Welcome into 10th class English Unit 5. The unit name is Social Issues. Under that, see reading Abandoned Poem. Lesson by Veeravelli Srinivas, JDPHS Tripuraram, Nalgonda district. Abandoned. What's the meaning of abandoned? Left somebody or something forever. Generally, we lose a person, we lose a thing, we lose an opportunity, but some people lose their babies also. Let us see what is the situation. Let us go into the poem. Before going into the poem, I would like to explain about the poet. The poetry Dr. Suraya Nazim writes is straight from the heart. It has no fixed pattern. It doesn't follow any particular rule. The poems come as a flow. Her poems are simple and easy to read and hopefully easier to understand. English was one of her favorite subjects in school along with science. The prescriptions she writes are from the brain, but the poems she writes are definitely from her heart. Her poems were nominated for the Booker Award, which given for literature in 2013. See some of the news headlines. Newborn baby discarded in garbage bag in Devarakonda. Infant found in drainage in Guwahati. Horrible sight, a girl child found in bag in Suryapet. Infanticide observed in a hospital in Kurnool. Headlines are different, places are different, but the situation is same. Throwing the babies into the garbage bin or drainage canal or somewhere in the bus stands, temples, and abandoning the kids who are newly born. How horrible situation this is. This is a very black mark on the society. And what would be the reasons for this abandonment? And there are different socio-economical reasons behind this situation. It is both for the parents or the family members or whoever. But who is responsible? Nobody can be responsible for this situation. Nobody claims responsibility for this. The main reason is poverty or financial constraints, hardship. Being a single parent, sometimes the mother is single. To bring up the child, it is very difficult to her, so she throws. Mental illness. Some people, some mothers may be mental ill, so they are resorting to this type of situation. Lack of sexual health education. Poor knowledge regarding family planning. Some people do not know about family planning, even though government is providing information to the parents to follow family planning things by consulting the government doctors. Restrictions regarding access to abortion. Abortions are totally banned in India, so there is no possibility for the parents to go to operation or abortion. That's why they have to abandon the baby. The child having some form of disability. Sometimes the child may have some mentally or physically disabled. That's why the parents are abandoning the children. Sometimes the child being HIV positive. And one most important reason, even pregnancy is conceived as a result of rape or abuse or without the involvement of the woman, she may have been raped. That's why she conceived the pregnancy. In that occasion, she had no other way. They have to thrown into the garbage bin. Our mythology, Mahabharata also says that Kunti Devi, before her marriage, conceived pregnancy and gives birth to Karna. And she also had to throw the baby into the river. From that time to today, we have been observing this type of news every corner of the world, every corner of our country. Now let us go into the poem Abandoned. Abandoned to the garbage bin with mosquitoes and insects eating its tiny fingers away. Little baby crying for help as foul smells comes into play. Irradiating from disposed bacteria, unheard shrieks of the baby's hysteria. Die in eerie silence of the night, an outcast of destiny, its labored breath. Garbage bin means a dustbin. The baby was abandoned in the garbage bin. The mosquitoes and insects are trying to eat the baby. It has tiny fingers. Little baby is crying for help. Foul smell coming from the garbage bin, from the disposed bacteria, and viral infections are there near the garbage bin. Irradiating means coming outside. Here, see, releasing of bad smell from the disposed bacteria. Unheard shrieks means the cries of the baby. The baby is crying as if she gets hysteria. Hysteria is a kind of uncontrolled excitement, uncontrolled cry of the baby was unheard. Unheard means nobody hears the cry of the baby. That shrieks die in eerie silence. Sometimes silence also very, very threatening. Eerie silence means a threatening silence of the night. That night nobody hears the cry of the baby. That was an anxious and frightening silence. An outcast. Outcast means a baby who is rejected by the mother and father of destiny. Destiny means the baby was left to her destiny. It's labored breath. Labored means with difficulty breath. It is taking the gasping. So very difficultly the baby is taking the oxygen. Racing in quick gasp. Gasp means taking the gas very heavily with difficulty. Forced lonely like crab in the waste substances among that the baby is trying to take oxygen into her small nostrils. With cyanosed lips, the lips you can see the lips are blue in color. See blue nose and fingertips. The nose, fingertips, the tip of the fingers blue in color. It's tattered and torn dirty wrap. A wrap means a covering cloth. It was totally tattered and torn away. The baby shiver in freezing. Freezing means below 0 degrees Celsius temperature. The baby shivers. A filthy black cat. Filthy means a dirty. A dirty black cat edges to the old bin searching for easy rats. Easy rats means if the rats are available easily. Some lazy rats may be there. Some rats may be busy in eating. At the time the cat wants to jump on them and feed on them and find its food. The food means rats are the cat's food. Tearing at the baby's hair with the sharp teeth. The rats are trying to tear the baby's hair with the sharp teeth. Gnaw, Gnaw, gnaw. Here G is silent. Gnawing at its ears to complete their feed. The rats are trying to eat the baby. The cat is trying to eat the rats. Here the situation is like that. All the animals like pigs, dogs, cats, rats, mosquitoes, bacteria, insects, all are in busy situation. As a cat jumps in with a screeching meow sound, as the cat screeched meow sound, the rats let loose a clicking squeak. A squeaking sound came from the rats and they tried to jump away from the disaster, from the danger, to escape from its prey. A bloody chaos. Chaos means a confusing situation. What is going on there? The baby cannot understand. Even the baby it was born hours before only. So the baby cannot understand this type of chaos. Chaos means confusion. Finally, what is a sin? Mistake. What is the sin of the infant that was done by the baby? The baby has just entered the world hours ago. Then what is its mistake? The mistake is being born. Being born into this world is her mistake. You can see summary of the poem in single paragraph. A newly born baby is found in the garbage bin. Somebody left it to its destiny. Mosquitoes and insects eat the infant. Foul smell radiates from the garbage bin. The baby cries for help, but nobody cares the cry of the baby. A rat tries to bite the fingers of the lips of the kid. How heart-rending situation this is. See, critical analysis of the poem. The poet describes the pathetic condition of the baby. She is in distressed mood. The mood of the poet is totally distressed, sorrowful mood. Was explained this poem. Her tone is satirical on the people. And what is the baby's sin? And she herself answers, being born is her sin. Being born is actually a sin? No. Actually, it's a celebration in other family. But in this family, it's a curse on the family. So they abandon the baby. Here the poet questions the eerie silence of the people. Why the people are very silent? Why don't the people take care of the baby? Why don't the people stop such type of atrocity on newly born babies? She expresses her grief in the destiny of the child. Then what about destiny the child would get if the baby grows into the girl or boy? We don't know. And what the society expecting from the child? What the child is expecting from the society? This is was explained by the poet. The poem has no rhyming pattern, of course. There are rhymings are there. Rhyming pattern is not important here. We pay our attention on the situation, the condition of the baby is important here. Her words come as flow. She tries to bring the point that the people are apathetic, indifferent to the situation, and they could not hear the cry of the baby in that situation. You have experienced the feelings of the baby who was thrown out in the garbage bin. Now I would like to ask you some questions to test your comprehension. Try to respond to the questions, write the answers and send to your teacher either personally or through WhatsApp. Question number 1. Where was baby thrown? Why? What would be the reason for the parents to abandon the baby? Describe the condition at the garbage bin. Which animals are trying to feed on the baby? Why was there fighting between the dog and the cat? How are the baby's lips? What kind of response found from the passers-by? After completion of those questions, I would like to introduce how to write choreography. First of all, we should know what choreography is. Choreography is the art or practice of designing sequences, movements in physical bodies in a staged performance. In other words, the written notation of a drama. In this, the main things are identification of the main theme and stanza-wise themes, bringing out a single and multiple themes, identification and sequences of actions of the protagonist, that means main character, and the chorus. Let us write choreography for the poem Abandoned. These are the steps for choreography. All of you try to follow. Title: Abandoned. Theme: social issue. Protagonist character: the abandoned baby. Supporting characters: cat, rats, mosquitoes, insects, bacteria, etc. Number of scenes may vary from person to person. Here I am giving you 3 scenes, but you can also have your own scenic system. Settings: hospital setting, garbage bin, and road. Let us see scenic division. For any drama or skit, first curtain rise and curtain falls at the end of the scene. Scene 1. It is a hospital scene. The chorus comes onto the stage and enacts as hospital scene a song from behind the screen slowly. In this, what actions are involved? Movement of people in a hospital, birth of the baby, crying of the baby in the hospital, and some people throwing the baby into dustbin, and at the end of these actions the curtain falls. Now let us go for scene 2. The chorus comes onto the stage and enacts the scene as garbage bin. In these, actions involved cry of the baby, mosquitoes, insects flying, jumping of cat, squeaking of rats, fighting between a cat and a rat, rats gnawing the baby's ears, chaotic situation. At the end of the scene 2, curtain falls again. Now let us move to scene 3. Scene 3 is an empty road. Again the curtain rises. The chorus comes onto the stage and enacts the scene as a silent road. And a sorrowful song also sung from behind the stage by the chorus. Actions involved in the scene 3. Walking of people, vehicles moving, busy and hurried nature of the people, shrieks of the baby continues. At the end of the scene 3, the curtain falls.